Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And we are back with another topical video where we like to start conversations with you guys. This one in particular, we're talking about 10 recent bourbons and ryes that we've tried that we've been enjoying.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, straightforward video. Just want to let you guys know what we've been feeling lately. Let us know some of the stuff that you've been feeling lately, whether it's on this list or not on this list, down in the comments below.
Yep.
Other people can look at that, see what other people are liking. It's pretty helpful. This one is really just kind of sharing some off the beaten path type of things. Maybe not, the right over home plate, traditional stuff that you see all the time. Just want to let you know what we've been liking.
Yeah.
So if you like that, like the video. At the end of this, think about subscribing to the channel because we do content like this all the time over here. Let's go ahead and get right into the list.
Do it.
We're going to start with something that Erin gave 2 thumbs up on a recent head-to-head.
What? The rare, elusive 2 thumbs up.
And this is Isaac Bowman Port Barrel Finished. It is about $50, 92 proof, 92 proof. But yeah, it is good. It's fruity sweet, but it also has enough going on in it to kind of anchor that sweetness down.
Right. I think I'm finding I'm liking sweet things, but they have to have something else to anchor that sweetness. Otherwise, it's too sweet.
Right. So we are fans of this. It is kind of expensive. You are paying for the finishing. But if you're looking for a lower proof pour that has a little bit more complexity than maybe some of the bottles you're finding around the $30 price point, maybe you do consider paying up a little bit for this.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and move into our next one here. And this is going to be Barrel Craft Spirits Foundation, 100 proof, technically aged 5 years, although there is up to 9-year whiskey in this blend.
Okay.
We just got this. We tried it. I was particularly impressed by it. For 100 proof, it's got a ton of complexity. It's got some earthiness. It kind of leads with earthiness, but then right behind the earthiness comes this real sweet, caramelly, foundational bourbon sweetness. And then there's this really, really beautiful spice element to it as well.
Yeah, so it's like a mixture of all the things.
Yeah. I think.
And you said foundational bourbon, and it is foundation bourbon.
There we go.
You didn't even mean to do that.
Didn't even know it.
I feel like they titled this, or they named this well.
Yeah, and I think it's about $55 in most markets. 100 proof whiskey, there's a lot of 100 proof whiskey out there for less money than this. However, I think this brings some blending to the equation that is quite impressive. And again, if you don't like spice, if you don't like earthiness, I wouldn't go out and get this.
Yeah.
But if you like that good balance of earthy sweet with some spice to kind of make it interesting, then I think Barrel hit a home run with this product. Really happy we have that.
I agree.
Let's keep it moving.
Let's do it.
And get into Pursuit United's Oak Collection. And this is finished with toasted American and French oak cubes, I believe. I think Pursuit United uses cubes.
Okay.
I think what this brings to the table, it kind of starts out with their bourbon. I don't know if it's the exact blend that's in their Pursuit United bourbon, which we do enjoy. And we have had that in a blind head-to-head against Weller Full Proof. And we both did pick it over Weller Full Proof when we didn't know we were drinking either one of those.
The regular bourbon, not this.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think this kind of takes it takes where that bourbon leaves off and adds some interesting elements with that toasted and what is it? The toasted American and French oak. It kind of adds some unique elements to it. I won't say I like this better than the regular bourbon, but it is different and it's fun to have both of them to compare to each other.
It's got some different flavor profiles to it.
And Kenny and Ryan do such a great job with their blending, now with their finishing. We are big fans of their work, but in blinds, it has been backed up that we do enjoy those products.
Yeah.
Keep it moving, and we're going to get into Broken Barrel. And these were sent to us by Broken Barrel. They sent us these 2 plus their rye and their 95 proof small batch. However, these were the 2 that we liked the best.
Yep.
The Americana is the one that we kind of agreed on that we liked, and then I like the cask strength, so I had to put it in here too. But, it is what it is. With this, these are very interesting because this Americana, they have their mash bill that they use for the base bourbon. This one is 80% corn, 14% rye, 6% malted barley. I don't know that mash bill. I don't know where they got it from. I don't know if they had it contract distilled.
They got it from their brains.
I don't know. But then they have an oak bill because Broken Barrel, what they're doing is they're breaking other barrels down, using those staves to finish the whiskey.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And this one has charred American oak, 40% toasted American oak, very similar to the Pursuit United.
Yeah.
And then it also has 20% American apple brandy cask staves in it.
Interesting.
So
I remember I did like this. We tried this last night, and I did.
Yeah.
This was my favorite of the night.
And it was it has like this earthy kind of, not too dissimilar to
Pursuit United.
Not the Pursuit United, but the Barrel Foundations. Like it has like it leads with earthiness, but it has a kind of an underlying sweetness. And then the toasted oak notes kind of come through. So if you've had anything with toasted oak, I think that's where this stuff is really shining. Also, this is like $35 for 100 proof.
Not bad.
Really high value buy. It's almost worth trying. And if you don't like it for some reason, I think it would go great in a cocktail. But it is good enough to sip on its own as well.
Yeah.
The cask strength, what surprised me the most about it was the mouthfeel. It is very creamy. And this is MGP bourbon, 70% corn, 21% rye, 9% malted barley. And then it has somewhat similar 40% ex-bourbon barrel staves, 40% new French oak, 20% sherry cask oak. So 115 proof, not bad. This one I think is $45-ish or so.
For cask strength, not too bad.
Not bad at all. So you're getting something interesting, something unique. Again, it's not right over home plate. It's a little off the beaten path. Broken Barrel kind of hangs their hat on doing things a little differently with the stave finishing. And there's a lot of that out there, but the value's really high on their product. So we definitely have been enjoying that.
Yeah.
And you might enjoy it too, if what we said sounds enjoyable to you. All right. Next up is going to be Frey Ranch.
Yeah.
And this is...
Also, y'all, this bottle... Like, Josh was like, you could do weightlifting with it. And he gave it to me, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, this is heavy.
And this is a single barrel pick that we did with SLB Drinks and the Bourbon Judge. We have been clearly loving this thing. We have not had this bottle that long. But yeah, you could do some curls and some whatevers with this.
It's dangerous. You can injure somebody.
Yeah.
Also, I just noticed this thing here is really cool looking.
Yeah, the cork weighs a ton. I mean...
Oh, gosh. Sorry, headphones users.
I'll tame that down in post, but yeah.
Because it's loud in person.
Yeah. It is quite the presentation package.
Quality glass.
Yes. Now, we have tried several Frey Ranch single barrel picks, and we tried 5 different barrels when we did this pick. Some of them can get pretty grain forward, grassy, hay-like, farm-like. Frey Ranch does highlight the grain. You may or may not like that. It's totally dependent on your profile. This one is not like that. This one is
good for me.
Yeah, this one just smells like it tastes like you're drinking really good bourbon on the front porch of a countryside cabin where you're like smelling the fresh country air.
Yeah.
And you're also getting just this beautiful bourbon flavor in it. This pick is sold out, unfortunately, but we did want to highlight Frey Ranch because we have been enjoying their stuff, and that's the whole point of this video.
We've been trying more of their stuff, not just this, and we like a lot of it.
Yeah. And the price is a little bit up there, but it is very good product.
I mean, you'll have some weight afterwards. You just put some water in this, and you got... This is probably at least 3 pounds, you think?
Yeah, for sure. It may be closer to 4. It's a heavy bottle. I am a big fan of Frey Ranch's stuff. I'm also a big fan of Hard Truth. And Hard Truth,
me too.
Also another beautiful bottle, by the way. This is the John Mellencamp special release, the Harvest Rye, Sweet Mash Rye. This stuff right here it has like, the way I describe it is, it's craft in the best version of craft.
Yeah.
A lot of Hard Truth stuff doesn't taste craft at all.
No, it does not, which... It's great to me.
And people have asked because they're like, what do you mean when you say something tastes like craft? Kentucky bourbon, a lot of the legacy distilleries, they use grains, all that stuff that is very traditional. Like
a specific type of corn.
We're used to that flavor.
Yeah.
We're all used to that flavor. So when you get a distillery that is a newer startup distillery that uses grains that are different than that, it makes the flavor taste different. And you can taste that in the final product. That is kind of like the terroir, if you will, from the wine world. Like the surroundings, the area, it's like tasting that through the product. And they have used non-traditional grains in this. They've used some local grains. And to me, it is an awesome implementation of it, just like the Frey Ranch. To me, this is an absolute butterscotch bomb. It is like you melted butterscotch candies in a glass and are drinking it.
That is right up your alley.
Yeah, it is.
That's Josh in a nutshell.
Yeah, so we really wanted to highlight that.
I'm in a nutshell.
Well, I was like, what? All right. Cut her off. Somebody cut her off. All right. And last up, before we get into 2 samples, because we haven't been enjoying those bottles, we don't have them, but our last bottle is going to be Stellum Rye Fibonacci Blend.
Mm-hmm. We just tried this last night, so we haven't had too much, but it is delicious.
We've had this twice now.
You didn't give me very much.
You had some
last night.
You had some when I brought it back. When
oh,
Matt
that's
gave
right.
it to
That
you.
night, yeah.
Now, this was a gift to us. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Matt. I remember.
Thank you.
Yes, when I brought it home.
It was actually a gift to me.
It was a gift to you.
But what's mine is yours, right?
Yeah. When I brought this home, you were like, why is he so nice?
He's so nice.
Yeah. But this was an incredibly nice gift. These are still out there, and it is a fantastic rye. It's got the candy. You said it was like a rye and juicy fruit gum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great. And
Yeah.
if you guys remember juicy fruit gum from the 90s.
Man, juicy for like 5 seconds, juicy fruit gum is amazing.
Yeah. And then the flavor's all gone.
Yeah.
This, however, the flavor is not gone in 5 seconds.
Right. And it does have some rye notes in it, but it's not like the herbal herbaceous ryes. Like, it's all the good things about rye.
It's a little more earthy, not herbal.
Right. And then it has that, it kind of has like some Christmas spice vibes, but then that juicy fruit gum note. I can't get past that juicy fruit gum note.
It's good, y'all.
It is so good. So
thank you, Matt.
Matt, thank you. You can still find those on the shelf. It is $100, but Stellum does their rye blends amazingly well. Stellum and barrel craft spirits and rye are like peanut butter and jelly. They go hand in hand. Last 2 things, speaking of barrel craft spirits, we're going to get into some blends. We have a little sample. Wish we would have got a whole bottle of this, but Barrel sent us this sample. This is the Cask Finish Series Tale of 2 Islands. And this is a bourbon blend of Indiana and Maryland bourbon, which means this is MGP and Sagamore Spirits bourbon.
Oh, is Sagamore in Maryland?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then it's finished in a rum cask, but the rum cask previously held peated Islay Scotch. So
it's been on a journey.
There's a lot going on in this. And I remember when I let you try this, you were like, that doesn't taste like bourbon.
Yeah.
Like, if I want bourbon, that's not what I want.
This is a mood pour for me. It's good, but it's definitely a mood pour.
Yeah. And it's one of those things, I remember when I tasted it, I did not expect to like it all that much. It surprised me with how much I did like it. I don't get a lot of the peat in it. Like, the peat kind of contributes, the formerly peated cask prior to the rum kind of contributes just like this little bit of like just kiss. I mean, I've had bourbons that have more smoky barrel char on them than this has, but it just provides an element of interest. And then the rum cask finish just provides like this beautiful sweetness, a little bit of funk. It is very enjoyable. It's very fruit forward, but with like some depth and some layers. When I want bourbon, this is not what I want. I agree with you there. But and in a blind format, I don't know that I would appreciate this as much as I do appreciate it.
Same,
knowing what it is.
Right.
But knowing what it is, it's a heck of a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's a fun pour.
And it's something different.
If you're looking for like an experience, this is definitely a good one. I think you won't be disappointed with.
Yeah. It's so much so, and I'm pretty nonchalant about stuff we get in for the channel from distilleries. We're always appreciative to get stuff in, to try it, to let you guys know whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
We're always going to be honest about it. We don't need any more whiskey, so them sending us this stuff
We're running out of space.
is not necessarily a favor to us, but we want to try it to let you guys know.
Yeah.
That's the first sample a distillery has sent me where I emailed them back and said, I wish you would have sent a whole bottle.
You did?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. I like it that much. So.
Wow.
And last up is going to be Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon. This is the 2023 release.
Talk about an experience. This is a wild ride right here.
Yes, this is the Hazmat 140.9 proof. The way I talk about cowboy bourbon is like, it's an old wooden roller coaster that goes over 60 miles an hour. You get on it.
But then it like jars you the whole way.
It's going to rattle your teeth. You're going to get out of it feeling like your neck's sore, your back is sore.
But then you'll be like,
you're hurting
let's
a little
do it
over,
again.
But you also, So it's definitely not traditional Kentucky bourbon. It's something a little different than that.
It's from Texas, in case you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
Texas whiskey, I have found, is something entirely different. I think it needs to be categorized in its own category.
This is the best Texas whiskey I have ever tasted, period.
That's a bold statement, sir.
And look at that color. Like, it is so dark. And I mean, they even waxed the sample. Come on.
Yeah, they sent us a sample, and this sample is like very top notch.
I wish they would have sent a bottle of this.
Star and
this is $250 a bottle for a full bottle. That's a lot of money. It is a special.
I did not know that.
It is a special pour. It's thick. It's viscous. It's dark. It's rich. It's not for everybody, but if you want that wooden roller coaster, kind of scared for your life a little bit, but also really enjoying the ride.
You're going to do it again?
Yeah. Then this is a bottle to consider.
All right.
By the way, we have not had the Garrison Brothers Balmora, whatever you call it. I think it's similar to Cowboy Bourbon, but it's finished, like it's in toasted oak or double barreled or something.
All right.
We do need to try that. If you're out there and if you have a sample that you are willing to share, let us know. We'd like to try that for the channel as well. Don't typically solicit samples here, but since we were talking about Cowboy Bourbon, highlighted the fact that we haven't tried the Balmora yet.
I do tend to like finished and or double barreled things.
Yeah. If you like this video, like it again. Subscribe to the channel if you like the style of content. And if you want to join us on a live stream, hit that bell. We do those once a month and would love for you to join us for it.
We would. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Be good to each other. And until next time,
cheers.
Cheers.